After months of development, Communication Suite 5.0 is finally here. In just 15 minutes, we'll walk you through the highlights of this release. With version 5.0, we're delivering a much stronger experience, from brand new functions to a refreshed interface and a more robust infrastructure. So, what's new? Reporting improvements. It's now faster, more flexible, and easier to use. Summary reports. Multiple reports can be viewed on one screen, so users get the insights they need without losing time. Custom dashboards. Teams can now create personalized interfaces for role-based access, making decision-making more visual and effortless. Favorite reports. This feature is now more powerful, letting users manage their go-to reports effortlessly. Scheduled reports. It is now possible to send the sample report to different user groups at various times. Other enhancements. Across the platform, we've made improvements that boost both usability and overall system performance. In short, Communication Suite 5.0 takes reporting, visualization, and everyday usability to the next level, helping our users work smarter and more efficiently. One of the biggest upgrades in version 5 is the move to a single-page application architecture. This means page transitions are now lightning fast, saving users valuable time in their daily workflows. In the new version, the application interface has been completely redesigned. With a cleaner, more modern look, users can reach the information they need more easily, and with fewer errors. On the technical side, we've migrated the system to Docker. This gives organizations much more flexibility, while also improving cost efficiency and ensuring business continuity. Finally, Communication Suite can now run not only on the Windows operating system but also on Linux. So no matter your infrastructure, you can utilize the platform in the way that works best for your organization. In version 5, Communication Suite doesn't just bring a friendlier interface, it also delivers a more complete reporting experience with powerful new capabilities and smarter functionality. While the content of existing reports has been enriched, important new features have also been introduced. Let's take a look at some of the key highlights. With detailed reports, sometimes the data you have isn't enough on its own and you need to create new insights with specific formulas. That's why in version 5, we've added the ability to create custom columns. For example, you can now report how many calls were answered per user in each department, or measure the total talk time for each person. This makes your reports far more flexible and fully customizable to your needs. In the previous version, organizational reports, like calls by branch, department, or employee, could already be filtered by things such as time or call direction. With version 5, we've taken this much further. Now you can generate subdetails across all reports using multiple parameters at once. For example, you can see how calls are distributed by country based on call duration, or track calls by day of the week broken down by the job title of the employee answering them. This gives you virtually endless ways to analyze your data. Column view management. In the previous version, users could customize their reports by selecting and arranging the columns they wanted, or by hiding details they didn't need. But this had to be done separately for every single report. With Communication Suite 5.0, we've centralized column management. This means that if a user is not interested in call costs, they can now remove the cost column from all reports at once instead of hiding it individually in each report. On top of that, system administrators can now control visibility at the profile level. For example, they can disable sensitive details like call numbers for certain users. This way, you get both flexibility and enhanced data security. One of the most important new features in Communication Suite 5.0 is periodic comparison reports. With this update, you can now compare any call report across different time periods in comparison. In earlier versions, time distributions were only available in subdetails. Now, they're displayed directly in columns, making comparisons much clearer and easier to understand. This feature also supports more advanced use cases. For example, you can create a lost customers report by filtering numbers that were calling frequently in the past 3 months but dropped off in the last month. With this flexibility, you can analyze calls from different perspectives across hundreds of scenarios faster, smarter, and more efficiently than ever before. The ability of Communication Suite to filter calls based on many different parameters brings great functionality to the application. This makes it possible to analyze the impact of phone calls on business from various perspectives. But with so many parameters available, it can sometimes feel overwhelming, and finding the exact filter you need may take longer than you'd like. That's why, in version 5.0, we're introducing the new filter search. Now, instead of scrolling through long lists or switching between screens, you can simply type a few letters and instantly find the filter you're looking for. With version 5.0, we've made this much easier. The format editing controls are now placed directly on the page, so users can instantly adjust how their reports look. With just a few clicks, they can apply the view they want and move on without wasting time. In the previous version, creating reports was a bit of a hassle. If you wanted to filter by phone numbers, extensions, or similar parameters, you had to add them one by clicking the Add button each time. Imagine trying to build a report for 50 extensions over the past month. It was really time-consuming. Now, with Communication Suite 5.0, it is possible to create reports by copying and pasting lists all at once. This makes the process much faster and provides significant time savings. With the new Summary Reports feature in Communication Suite 5.0, you don't need to go through multiple reports one by one anymore. Instead, the key details you need are brought together on a single, easy-to-read screen. Summary reports are built by combining selected sections from your favorite reports inside the platform, giving you a faster and more convenient way to access the insights that matter most. For example, if we want to analyze the distribution of incoming calls to our branches during and outside working hours, their answer rates, and call durations, we can first create favorite reports containing the necessary values and then combine them within a summary report to review everything collectively on a single screen. One of the most important features introduced in the new version of Communication Suite is custom dashboards. With this feature, call data can be tracked not only through tables but also via charts and visualized screens. Managers can view critical performance indicators on a single screen without wasting time navigating complex reports, compare departmental results, and support strategic decisions with faster, more reliable data. In addition, custom dashboards are role-based and fully customizable. Each user sees only the information relevant to them. For example, a branch manager can track the performance of their own branch, while senior executives can access a consolidated view of the entire organization. With version 5.0 of Communication Suite, favorite reports are now much more flexible. You can update the parameters of an existing saved report to refresh it instantly, or use it as a base to create a new report under a different name. This way, instead of starting from scratch every time, you can easily adjust existing reports, save valuable time, and work more efficiently. With the simplified favorite report view, we've made the user experience much clearer and easier to navigate. Reports created for different purposes, such as summary reports, comparison reports, or custom dashboard reports, no longer create clutter in the favorites list. These are hidden in the background, and the user only sees the reports they actively use. This way, there is no need to search through other reports to find the one they are looking for. Moreover, when needed, the hidden reports can easily be accessed using the usage filter. With the Ask Before feature added to Communication Suite's favorite reports, users can be prompted for specific filters or parameters before a report is run. This enables flexible reporting with different criteria each time and allows users to quickly access exactly the information they need, without getting lost in unnecessary data clutter. In large-scale scenarios, sending emails to tens of thousands of users can take too long. This delay means that time-sensitive reports may lose their value. For example, imagine a report called Missed Calls in the Last Hour. If it takes several hours to deliver that report to 20,000 people, it no longer serves its purpose. With version 5.0 of our Communication Suite, high-volume email deliveries can now run in parallel across multiple channels. This ensures reports reach everyone almost instantly, keeping real-time information truly real-time. In the previous version, if we needed to send a report to different user groups at different times, it was necessary to create multiple favorite reports and configure a separate delivery schedule for each one. With the new multiple time selection feature introduced in this version, the same report can now be used for multiple deliveries. For example, a prepared report can be sent to branch managers at the end of each day, while the same report can be delivered to central teams on a weekly basis. With the new embedded report feature introduced in this version, reports can now be displayed directly in the email body, not just as file attachments or links. This allows users to view the information right within the email without needing to take any extra steps to open the report. In Communication Suite 5.0, we've introduced new controls for date filters. Now, instead of being limited to fixed options, users can easily set the exact start and end dates for ranges like last 3 months. This gives much greater flexibility when analyzing communication data. We've also made the filter window clearer, so it's immediately visible which time period your selection covers. In staff call reports, users can now search and filter not only by name but also by using other types of information, saving them time. For example, when preparing a report on calls made by branch managers, instead of selecting each name one by one, the user can simply search for the word manager in the staff filter and create the filter much more quickly. In the new version of Communication Suite, when filtering companies, branches, departments, or employees, in addition to making individual selections, the new version allows items containing the same word to be selected collectively with a single entry. For example, instead of selecting first floor kitchen, second floor kitchen, and third floor kitchen one by one from the list, you can simply type *kitchen to include all items ending with the word kitchen in the report. An important advantage of this capability appears when the report is saved as a favorite report. If items are selected individually and saved, the report will always be generated only for those specific items when recalled in the future. However, when a pattern is used, any new items added to the organization in the future that match the pattern will automatically be included in the report. One of the strongest aspects of Communication Suite is its ability to integrate with internal applications through APIs. In many organizations, Communication Suite works alongside banking applications, accounting systems, and hotel PMS applications to automate data flow and increase operational efficiency. In the new version, not only are user interface activities logged, but API activities are also logged and presented to system administrators through API reports. Logging and reporting API activity is not only very important for data security but also provides significant convenience for debugging when developing new integrations. In version 5.0 of Communication Suite, system administrators now have the flexibility to hide specific columns based on user profiles. This makes it easier to tailor reports to the right audience. For example, if cost information isn't relevant for branch managers reviewing performance reports, that column can simply be hidden for the site manager profile. This way, each profile only sees the data that's most useful to them, without unnecessary details. One of the most powerful features of the Communication Suite has always been its ability to automatically sync changes in a company's organizational structure directly into the application. Now, more data sources are supported, and the system operates faster compared to previous versions. In addition, detailed logs are generated for errors caused by inconsistencies in the data source during processing, making it easier to identify and correct issues within internal information sources. We've also expanded the filter and transformation options used during data transfers. This makes the entire process of syncing data more flexible, easier to manage, and better tailored to your organization's unique needs. With Communication Suite 5.0, we're focused on making your work easier, faster, and more efficient. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. Your feedback drives our progress, and we'll keep improving to deliver even more value with every update.